Have you ever wondered about the effect of ultra positivity on the Christian world or on yourself? Because I have. And I have wondered about it because it's done a lot of damage to me. And I bet maybe, if you're like me, it might have done some damage to you. What I'm talking about is when I was a kid, I was growing up in church, and our pastors really started harping on the words that we use and making sure that we were using positive words that were only found in the Bible, because what you spoke had so much influence in the spiritual world, so you didn't want to misspeak. And so this turned into things like, if you're sick, you can't admit you're sick. The closest you could come to saying you're sick is I'm fighting something, right? That's maybe you can admit that, but you can't say I am sick, because it's like I am sick. There's too much identity in those words, even on a subconscious level. So you can't say that. That's kind of how it started. And then how it ended before I and my family left that church when I was a teenager was, if you say, even if you have negative emotions, you cannot even speak about the negative emotions, because any negativity is not from God. That is not true. I am so glad to report that I am done gaslighting myself about emotions, and this is honestly no hate to those in the church that have been doing this or been teaching this or been learning this yourself, because guess what? I think even my teachers were gaslit into thinking that this is okay. And, as a teenager, gaslighting yourself and learning to deny your own emotions is a really toxic thing to do and can lead to a lot of problems, which I have been delivered of. Amen. All right. Have you considered that maybe some of the negative things you're feeling could actually have an origin in a conversation you need to have with God? And maybe talking about it is not actually a problem. Maybe it's exactly what you need to do. Because something that I see so many Christians in our community doing, and especially on TikTok, is anytime something goes wrong, it's immediately blame the devil. Or anytime you hit a ton of opposition, you're like, well, I must be close to the promised whatever it is, because, man, the devil's hitting me hard. And I admit that does happen sometimes. But not to the level you guys think it is. What if you're experiencing something difficult and you need to go talk to God to figure out, is there an adjustment that you need to make, that He's asking you to make? That maybe the discomfort that you're feeling is actually a sign from the Holy Spirit. And that you have actually been trained to ignore, trained to say that's straight from the devil, so I should ignore that, or trained to not acknowledge it at all, because that would be letting too much negativity into your life. Well, what is a potentially negative message that you have been trying to suppress? I encourage you, you're gonna have to pray about this one, because I know there's gonna be negative messages that need to not be given energy to. But there are some of you out here, if you've come from a similar church environment in any way that handled negativity like this, then there are things that you are ignoring that God would actually like to speak to you about. And the answer to this is not to suppress it, is not to say something else, or to deny your own emotions about it. The answer is to turn to God and turn to Jesus, because they have the answer you're looking for. So anyway, stop gaslighting yourself and let God speak to you using all the emotions. And if we look at our model, who's Christ, He absolutely experienced the entire wide range of emotions, positive and negative. He did not go around telling people that emotion is not okay. He did go around saying your faith is too small, or this is the wrong path, but He didn't go around saying that's the wrong emotion to feel. Y'all love that story of Jesus even got angry enough to start flipping tables at the temple. Jesus was not nice. He did not suppress His emotions. And let's take a model from Him that you don't have